The story begins with the protagonist, Tiger, Raw's finest agent and a deadly spy. In public, he appears to be nothing more than an ordinary, innocent man. For over 70 years, India and Pakistan have been arch-enemies, which is why their intelligence agencies Raw and the ISI were created to protect national secrets and spy on one another. The story then shifts to Iraq, where former Raw agent Ravinder is freely roaming the streets while betraying his own country and selling himself to the ISI. Moments later, he catches a glimpse of Tiger in a mirror. He becomes so scared that he starts running in fear and calls some ISI agents, warning them that Tiger has found him and that his game is over. The ISI agents order him to return to his base immediately. He obeys and soon reaches the base, where Tiger welcomes him with a brutal kick to the face. Knocked to the ground, Ravinder begs Tiger not to kill him. Disappointed, Tiger asks how an honest agent could betray his own country. Ravinder snaps back, saying the government pays them meager salaries to risk their lives and that no one truly cares about their families. He opens a box filled with cash, insisting Tiger could never earn this much by working honestly, and urges him to betray his country and join the ISI. Tiger quietly slips a bundle of money into his pocket and calmly says he would never betray his country. Hearing this, Ravinder reaches for a gun, but Tiger shoots him first. At that moment, ISI agents storm the room and Tiger dives out of the window, lands on a car, and escapes as more agents arrive in a car. The chase begins as the agents hunt Tiger, but he slips away like a snake through narrow alleys, triggering a deadly shootout with gunfire erupting from both sides. The agents refuse to give up and continue the chase, forcing Tiger to leap across rooftops, where he fights them head-on and pulls off a series of impressive fighting skills. He expertly ties one agent by the neck, leaving him to hang until dead, while swiftly taking down another. Tiger leaps onto another rooftop, tossing a scarf that sends a goon crashing to the ground, shoots another, and then pulls off a high jump back down to the streets. It's not over yet when one agent lands a surprise spare to him, and a brutal fight erupts, packed with high-stakes stunts and fierce combat. Tiger unleashes devastating strikes and easily finishes him off just as more goons arrive. Dodging their gunfire, he grabs a table, uses it like a cart to slide through them, and fires back as he bursts into a crowded market. Surrounded by even more enemies, Tiger throws the bundle of cash to create a distraction. In the midst of the chaos, he covers his face with a scarf and coolly slips away. Afterward, Tiger returns to India and resumes his life as a normal person. His injury marks and habit of disappearing for months sparks suspicion among his neighbors. Some assume he's a street thug, while others have no idea what he does. However, his handsome looks draw attention from women, leaving many husbands quietly jealous as their wives can't take their eyes off him. Soon after, he heads to his office. On the way, he runs into a colleague from his department, Baggy, who offers him a ride. As they talk and praise the success of Tiger's last mission, the two arrive at the office. Tiger submits his Iraq mission report to his boss, Shenoy. As always, Shenoy praises him and is confident that Tiger will return successfully. Noticing his injuries, he suggests Tiger take a few days off, but Tiger insists on a new mission, joking that he'll get bored otherwise. Shenoy sets a condition that Tiger must cook his favorite dish that night, and in return, he'll assign him a new mission soon. At Tiger's home, he prepares Shenoy's favorite dish while Shenoy comments on how dull Tiger's life seems, living alone in an old apartment and never spending his money on a luxurious lifestyle. Tiger replies that he travels from country to country on missions, with all expenses covered by the government, allowing him to save his entire salary, which now totals $50,000. He plans to enjoy that money once he finally leaves the job. During dinner, Shenoy asks Tiger why he still has no girlfriend or married life. Tiger's frustration finally bursts out, saying that whenever he meets a woman, the first thing she asks about is his profession. He lies every time, but sometimes it makes him want to lash out and tell the truth that he's a spy. When Tiger asks about Shenoy, he reveals that he once loved a woman deeply in his youth, but when forced to choose between love and duty, he chose his duty. A decision that broke his heart, yet one he made with full resolve to serve his country first. The next day, Shenoy calls Tiger to the office and briefs him that India has created an anti-missile system capable of destroying Pakistani missiles in mid-air. The project was led by Anwar Jamal, a world-renowned Indian scientist who left government service and now works as a college professor in Dublin. Recently, suspicions have arisen that the professor may be working with Pakistan's ISI and leaking sensitive information. Tiger is assigned to travel to Dublin to discreetly monitor the professor and gather intelligence without raising suspicion. Shenoy makes one condition clear, that the professor is only under suspicion, so this is strictly a surveillance mission and no one is to be killed, especially Professor Jamal. Tiger arrives in Dublin and starts following the professor. He tries several times to talk to him, waiting outside his university and house for hours, but each time the stuffy professor ignores him, saying he has no time to speak with strangers. One evening, Tiger notices the door to the professor's house is left open and steps inside. There, he encounters the professor's tenant, Zoya, an Indian-British young girl who immediately reacts angrily and throws him out of the house. Zoya steps outside and finds Tiger still waiting there. He apologizes for entering the house without permission and says he wants to meet the professor, but Zoya tells him that the professor neither meets nor speaks to anyone, calling it nearly impossible. As they talk, Tiger introduces himself as Vanish and asks about nearby hotels to stay. Zoya kindly asks him to come along and mentions that several hotels are located on the way to her academy. As they walk together, they come across a hotel. Tiger goes inside while Zoya waits, but even though rooms are available, he comes back and lies, saying there are no vacant rooms. He repeats the same act at several more hotels, making the repetition irritating. Soon, they reach Zoya's university, and she parts ways with him, telling him there are a few more hotels nearby where he can try his luck. Tiger keeps an eye on Zoya, and when she returns home, he pretends to be asleep on a bench. His plan works when Zoya notices him and calls him over. She goes inside to get a rope, but Tiger quickly climbs a pipe and surprises her. She reluctantly allows him to stay in the room next to hers, just for the night. When she asks about him, Tiger says he's a writer, working on a book about a top scientist, which requires him to meet a professor. As she turns away, Tiger knocks on the window, saying he's hungry. Frustrated, she lets him in, but can't help praising his cooking skills. When she casually asks why he is single, Tiger replies that he's simply looking for a kind and simple girl. Hearing this, Zoya remarks that he seems utterly boring, yet somehow has a romantic vibe. During breakfast the next morning, Zoya reveals that she is a dance choreographer at an academy sponsored by the professor. She agrees to help Tiger, saying she can try to arrange a meeting with the professor. As she leaves for her rehearsal, Tiger throws the bill to Gopi, his partner who always secretly surrounds him during missions. Tiger informs him that Zoya is arranging the meeting with the professor, but he is already thinking of sneaking into the professor's house to access his computer. Gopi strictly warns him that Shenoy does not want any violence on this mission, as the professor is only under suspicion. Afterwards, Tiger visits the professor's house to discuss his book. The professor hesitates and asks what Tiger plans to do. Tiger replies he wants to spend as much time with him as possible, at the university, at home, and every moment. The professor teases him, jokingly saying, "Why don't you just marry me?" Once outside, Tiger complains that Professor is really rude and arrogant, but Zoya tells him that he is nice but just very busy with his work. Before parting ways, Tiger asks Zoya to have dinner with him that evening. She playfully calls it a date but agrees, adding that he shouldn't show up in such a boring outfit. That night, Tiger arrives at the pub where Zoya is hanging out with her friends, looking completely different, cool and stylish, a transformation Zoya never expected. Zoya's friends pull Tiger into a game of darts. Zoya mocks him at first, but he lands every throw dead center on the target, leaving her genuinely surprised. Sitting in the pub, Gopi quietly scolds Tiger and warns him not to do anything that could expose his identity, but Tiger brushes it off, saying it was just to impress Zoya. After a while, the group suggests heading to a late-night pool party, but Zoya declines and chooses to have dinner with Tiger instead. During the meal, she bluntly remarks that he doesn't seem like a writer, a comment that panics Gopi. However, Tiger says he's simply following his passion, and Zoya genuinely likes people like that. Soon after, Tiger reaches his room when an unknown assailant suddenly attacks him. The assault is so swift and brutal that Tiger can't react in time, and the attacker snatches his phone before fleeing. Tiger tells Gopi about the incident, but Gopi dismisses it as a simple theft and urges him to relax. Tiger decides to buy Zoya a thank you gift, but Gopi warns him to stay focused on the mission, not on her. Tiger shuts him down and asks for help choosing a better gift, leaving Gopi shocked that Tiger is buying a gift for a girl for the first time in his life. Later, Tiger visits the academy while Zoya is rehearsing for her play. She is pleasantly surprised to see the gift in his hand and warmly appreciates it, a book about shooting stars, her favorite. As she is about to rehearse for the play, she asks Tiger to help her. Tiger hesitates, but Zoya eventually convinces him. The two perform beautifully together and grow closer in the dance. From that moment on, Tiger is completely smitten with Zoya, wandering the streets in a daze, smiling to himself, breaking into dance at random, and imagining her everywhere he looks. Gopi notices Tiger's strange behavior and teases him, joking that Zoya has turned him from the fearless tiger into a lovesick puppy. Ignoring the remark, Tiger rushes to Zoya and asks her to meet him at Central Park that night, hinting at a surprise she's sure to love. Thinking he's asking for another date, Zoya kindly agrees. That night, Tiger decorates the area by the lake with lights and candles. When Zoya arrives, he shows her the beautiful scene and the surprise of shooting stars, which she really likes and moves her deeply. Summoning his courage, Tiger begins to open up about his feelings, and Zoya steps closer, urging him to speak without hesitation. In a tender moment, they draw near, but Zoya simply smiles and quietly walks away, leaving her emotions unspoken. At midnight, Tiger wakes Gopi and confides his feelings for Zoya. Gopi warns him that their line of work rarely leaves room for love or family life, but overwhelmed by emotion, Tiger insists he can manage both and plans to reveal his true identity to Zoya tomorrow. The next morning, Tiger is about to leave for Zoya's play when he bumps into a man and instantly realizes it's the thief. Before he can react, the thief dodges him and picks up speed, sparking a fierce chase filled with incredible stunts and hand-to-hand combat, neither willing to give an inch. After a long pursuit, the thief jumps onto a moving train just as the doors close. Determined, Tiger climbs onto the roof and moves toward the front coaches. The thief attacks the driver, speeding the train that violently crashes into a car. Tiger regains his balance, smashes through the windshield, and a brutal fight ensues between them. Tiger swiftly disarms and overpowers the thief, delivering savage strikes and punches before finally tossing him out of the train. As Tiger prepares to jump, he sees a crowded street ahead. He tries to stop the train, but the lever fails, leaving him no choice but to leap onto the roof. Thinking quickly, he removes his coat and expertly pulls the pantograph from the electric wires. After a fierce struggle, he stops the train just inches from a collision, then coolly slips his coat back on and walks away with the effortless charm of a superhero. Gopi scolds Tiger again for causing chaos in the city and tells him to keep a low profile for a while. Since the professor is attending Zoya's concert, Gopi asks Tiger to stay with him. Before leaving, he gives Tiger a gun and reminds him to fix his appearance and wounds. After a while, Tiger arrives at the play where the professor is also present, but Zoya seems a little upset and suddenly disappears. Moments later, Gopi calls Tiger and alerts that suspicious activity is happening on the professor's computer, but Tiger knows the professor is in the auditorium. Determined to investigate, Tiger sneaks into the professor's house and discovers someone copying information from his computer. Tiger points out the gun, and to everyone's shock, the culprit turns out to be Zoya. Tiger is stunned to discover that Zoya is a Pakistani spy. He calmly reveals his name and true identity, giving her two options: to hand over ISI information or face death, but Zoya stands firm, insisting she will never betray her country. Reluctantly, Tiger raises his gun again, and before pulling the trigger, confesses that his feelings for her were real and asks about hers. Zoya coldly replies that she never had feelings for him, and that it was all part of her mission. With a heavy heart and a heartbroken pause, Tiger finally shoots her dead. Back in India, Tiger submits the disc, and Shenoy is pleased with the mission's success but disappointed that Tiger had to kill a Pakistani agent. Tiger explains that the situation became uncontrollable and he is forced to take action. Before leaving, he surprises Shenoy by requesting a leave, the first time in his entire career. After returning from Dublin, Tiger is consumed by memories of Zoya, her presence lingering in his mind and refusing to fade despite his desperate attempts to move on. As Tiger and Baga leaving the office, Baga mentions the upcoming UN meeting in Istanbul, where countries will gather with their top agents, including Pakistan. Baga casually asks about a man named Vanish in their department, which Tiger instantly denies knowing. Baga then adds that he's been monitoring Pakistani channels and keeps receiving the same odd message, asking whether Manish will attend the meeting or not. Alarmed, Tiger checks the messages and rushes to Shenoy, insisting on ending his leave to join the Istanbul mission. The next scene takes place in Istanbul, where foreign ministers from several nations gather alongside their intelligence officials. To everyone's shock, Zoya appears among the Pakistani delegation and she is alive. As Tiger and Zoya lock eyes, a flashback reveals the truth of that night. Tiger never shot her and the same thief attacked again, only to be revealed as Firoz, Zoya's senior and an ISI agent. Tiger brutally kills him and, choosing love over duty, lets Zoya live. Inside the conference hall, Tiger and Zoya can't take their eyes off each other. Suddenly, Zoya steps out. Moments later, Manish makes an excuse and quietly leaves the venue. Outside, the two slip into a taxi and head to a secluded spot to talk in private. Tiger asks Zoya why she called him to the meeting. Emotionally, Zoya admits that she lied that day when she said she didn't love him because their profession doesn't allow them to fall in love. But after returning from Dublin, she couldn't stop thinking about Tiger. With tears in her eyes, she confesses her love, yet accepts that they can never be together and suggests they forget each other. Heartbroken, Tiger watches as she turns to leave, but Zoya looks back and pulls him into a tight, heartfelt hug. With heavy hearts, they return to their hotels and are still unable to forget each other. Bound by their profession, they are powerless to act for their love. During a peaceful dance gathering for the diplomats, Tiger gathers his courage and asks Zoya to dance before everyone. She hesitates, but her senior Ebrar gives permission. As they dance together, officials from both sides watch in uneasy silence. Tiger urges Zoya to choose their love this time and run away together. Zoya refuses, saying their agencies would hunt them down anywhere. Tiger stands by his choice and leaves the decision to her. Overwhelmed and in tears, Zoya walks away, unable to say yes. The next morning, officials check Tiger's and Zoya's rooms to prepare for departure, only to find both of them missing. Panic spreads on both sides, unable to grasp what's happening. Meanwhile, Tiger and Zoya escape by boat and toss them into the lake. Shenoy immediately alerts Gopi and orders him to reach Istanbul. Moments later, Shenoy is informed that Tiger has withdrawn his entire savings of $50,000. The realization hits him instantly that Tiger had once said he'd withdraw that money the day he quit. Shenoy discusses with Gopi the danger if Tiger were to betray the country, but Gopi reassures him that Tiger would never do such a thing. Just then, an officer reports that the Pakistani delegate Zoya has also been missing since morning. Hearing her name, Gopi reviews yesterday's footage and is stunned to see her. He quickly explains the entire situation to Shenoy, who grows furious that Tiger has fallen in love with a girl from an enemy nation. Meanwhile, Tiger and Zoya obtain fake passports and plan to leave for Kazakhstan. The next day, they arrive at the airport in completely altered disguises but notice their officials on high alert to catch them. Acting fast, they abandon their plan, rush to another queue, and decide to escape to a different country. On the other hand, Gopi informs Shenoy that all flights from Istanbul have departed, and there is no trace of Tiger or Zoya. He admits that tracking Tiger now seems nearly impossible. Enraged, Shenoy declares that no matter where Tiger is in the world, he must be found at any cost. Meanwhile, Tiger and Zoya reach the Caribbean nation of Cuba, where, far from spies and borders, they finally live like ordinary people. They dance, party, and laugh freely, soaking in the warmth of the beaches and the rhythm of the streets. For the first time, there are no missions, no code names, just love, freedom, and moments they never thought they'd have. One night, Tiger and Zoya walk down a deserted street and a thug tries to snatch Zoya's purse but fails. Moments later, his accomplices surround them, unaware of how dangerous they truly are. Tiger and Zoya strike back with ruthless precision, taking down the attackers with brutal blows. When one goon grabs Zoya at knife point and draws blood, Tiger loses control, delivers bone-crushing blows, and finishes him instantly. Realizing the fight was captured on camera, they vanish from the scene. Police soon set up roadblocks, and after reviewing the footage, suspect the attackers may be Indian or Pakistani. The video is shared with the Indian embassy, allowing Shenoy to finally trace Tiger and Zoya's location. Back in Cuba, Tiger and Zoya were enjoying a street boxing match when they suddenly noticed some police officers keeping an eye on them. As the crowd rose in loud cheers, they used the distraction to slip away and vanish from sight. After escaping the police, Tiger realizes Cuba is no longer safe and they must leave immediately. He asks Zoya to withdraw cash from the bank while he goes to arrange a car. As soon as Zoya withdraws the cash, the bank teller recognizes her from a news alert and quietly calls the police. Moments later, Tiger arrives with a car and finds Zoya shaken. She tells him it's over and reveals that Abrar and his team have already surrounded them, only waiting for him. Tiger casually says hello to Abrar and spots an approaching bus. Grabbing Zoya's hand, he walks straight toward Abrar, and as the bus passes, they leap onto it and escape, with officers rushing after them. After traveling a short distance, they leap off the bus and use a rope to climb onto a nearby building, narrowly evading their pursuers before crashing into an apartment. Without stopping, they race through the stairwell with flawless teamwork, pulling off daring stunts as ISI agents close in, finally reaching the terrace. Tiger spots a wooden chamber and puts Zoya inside, then forces it forward to break it. Just as the agents close in, he finally breaks it, landing Zoya safely on another building while he stays behind to face the agents. As Zoya storms down the stairwell, she runs straight into two policemen and swiftly takes them out in seconds before hitting the street, continuing her escape with Abrar and several officers still in pursuit. Meanwhile, Tiger unleashes a brutal assault on the agents, overpowering them with sheer strength and flawless combat skills, taking them down one by one. Tiger rips down an electric wire and makes a daring leap, landing squarely on the road. He takes on the police officers chasing Zoya, but as the fight erupts, Abrar and his agents surround Zoya, leaving her with no escape. Tiger swiftly finishes off the remaining officers and rushes forward, only to see that Abrar has already captured her. He ducks behind a wall for cover and spots Gopi in the crowd, seemingly working with Abrar to catch them. That evening, Gopi updates Shenoy that Zoya has been captured and promises that Tiger will be shot the next day. Moments later, Tiger suddenly sits down in front of Gopi, sending him into panic. Tiger coldly taunts him, saying he's about to kill his own best friend. Gopi fires back, blaming Tiger for bringing this upon himself by falling in love with a Pakistani agent. Tiger says it was all part of his plan. He trapped Zoya so he could marry her, take her to India, and get important ISI information from her. This changes Gopi's thinking. Realizing Tiger's intention, Gopi agrees to help, and together they plan to rescue Zoya on the way to the airport. The next morning, Abrar warns Zoya not to try escaping and mocks her, saying Tiger will never come to save her. At that very moment, Abrar's convoy crashes into itself, and to his shock, Tiger has arrived to take Zoya away. As Abrar speeds ahead, his car crashes into a crane and creates the perfect chance for Tiger to jump onto the vehicle. Tiger starts beating Abrar, while Zoya tries to take control of the driver, but her handcuffs jam against the door. Tiger throws Abrar out of the car and turns to the driver. As Abrar jumps into another vehicle, Tiger takes control of the wheel and speeds away. Gopi pulls up beside Tiger, congratulates him, but Tiger coldly says goodbye and suddenly slams the brakes, pull the car to reverse. Realizing he's been betrayed again, Gopi and his team immediately begin chasing. Tiger smartly takes the car into a dense forest, and Abrar quickly takes a shortcut to cut him off. As the chase continues, Tiger jumps back onto the road and finds himself trapped from both sides by Gopi and Abrar. With no other choice, he smashes the door and leaps into the forest with Zoya. Gopi and Abrar open fire together but skid at high speed. Tiger and Zoya exertly slide and crash onto the road. Tiger frees Zoya from the handcuffs and spots a jet landing nearby. He snatches a motorbike and they both jump on it, racing toward the aircraft as Gopi and Abrar chase them. Once they reach the jet, Tiger fights and finishes off the pilot while Zoya takes control of the plane. As Gopi and Abrar close in, Tiger tells Zoya to take off and not stop at any cost, while he stays back to hold them off. Tiger spills diesel everywhere and fires a few shots, triggering a massive explosion that blocks the pursuers. Still determined, Gopi and Abrar push through the flames and continue the chase. As Abrar closes in, Tiger rams his car, then fires at Gopi's vehicle, forcing them to stop. Just as Tiger reaches the plane, Gopi fires at him, his eyes blazing with revenge. Panicked, Zoya spots agents blocking her path and shoots relentlessly. With no other choice, she takes off as Tiger instructed. Back into his attitude, Tiger pulls the gear, hitting the speed, and leaps toward the moving jet, narrowly grabbing on and dodging the agents at the last second. Once Tiger jumps inside, he tells Zoya to fly to the safest country. Finally, they win, leaving Gopi and Abrar helpless as they watch Tiger and Zoya speed far out of reach. In the final scene, Tiger calls Shenoy, and upon hearing his voice, Shenoy lashes out, furious that Tiger betrays his country. But Tiger doesn't care anymore, he just loves Zoya now. Before hanging up, Shenoy warns that he will catch him one day at any cost. With this, we see Tiger and Zoya living happily in an unknown country, and the movie ends with love triumphing. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Additionally, if you love Indian movies, you're in the right place as we bring the best explanations for global audiences. Before you go, drop your favorite Indian movie in the comments for us to explain next, and also check out more of our content.